Sorry about that. So, what's up, everybody? How's everyone's Sunday night going? I am losing my mind, so I decided I wanted to make a quick show to talk with my former friend for the week, Mr. Sam Simmons, due to the fact now that we have less than 1 week to a head-to-head matchup with the 5-0 Philadelphia Eagles and the 4-1 Dallas Cowboys. I don't know about anyone else who just watched that game. I'm absolutely speechless. We should have lost. We gave that game too much room for comfort. So I had almost a new heart attack in my living room. I'm back. I rejuvenated myself. I'm good to go. So I wanted to pop in here real quick and talk to Mr. Simmons, whose team also had a very impressive win against the defending Super Bowl champions, the LA Rams, this afternoon. What was your score? 22-10?
22-10.
Well,
we allowed one touchdown. It was beautiful.
We gave up a touchdown to a fourth-string running back.
Ooh, that sucks.
So, Curtis, thanks for popping in. Like I said, this is just a crazy impromptu live. I'm not going to be on very long. Neither is Sam.
Hi, Curtis.
I just had to talk to somebody, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go live and have some fun with it. I don't care who watches. If anyone watches at all, welcome to the show. Thanks for popping in. Like I said, after Tuesday, I would no longer be speaking to Mr. Simmons until the following Monday, even though we have a big college football game that he's amped up to talk about this coming Saturday with Penn State versus Michigan. I'll just kick out of the show. I don't care. It's bad enough. No, Curtis, you stay. I need some.
No, Curtis, that's to John. That's to John here.
Yeah.
That's to John. That middle finger is going to John.
Curtis,
See, I'm man enough to talk to my rivals because he's still my friend. But no, this one over here.
I'm good. I'm busting chops, okay? You're very knowledgeable at the sport of football. That's why I tolerate you as a Cowboys fan. Because you don't sit there and rub it in my face that the Cowboys won 5 Super Bowls, the Phillies won, the Cowboys are bad. None of that. So I was busting your chops. You're more than welcome to stay. Where do I start? Well, for one, we should have not let them stay around in the game. That game should have been over in the second quarter. But true Philly fashion, they like to make you bite your nails and stuff like that. That's why in our group chat, I sent to Kermit the Frog that was biting his nails. That was me the last 8+ minutes of that game. So it was a good way to end the game by a nice, long, sustaining drive, but still a little too close for comfort. But my biggest question, and Sam, I want you to answer this. What is Kyler Murray thinking, spiking the ball 3rd and 1, so now you'll automatically have to kick a field goal?
How much time was left?
Literally 22 seconds. He was a half a yard shy of the first down.
How many timeouts did they have?
0. But he gave himself up a half yard. He had the first down if he would have ran another half yard. He slid. Well, so basically gave himself up. So they mark it where he starts that slide. So now he's half yard short. And instead of assessing the situation, he had everyone rush up to the line and spike the ball. So now automatically you got to kick it because it's 4th down.
And that might have been a call from upstairs. So it might not have been his call. It might have been a call from upstairs. So who knows? I mean, he may not have the the ability to see the time as quick as the guys upstairs up in the booth. They may have been calling, hey, clock it. So he got up to the line and clocked the ball. But then your field goal kicker goes and misses a 43-yarder.
And the crazy part is about that missed field goal. They showed his pregame warm-ups in that direction. He was pulling the ball right every single time. Wouldn't you think, okay, if I'm doing that in warm-ups, maybe I need to readjust. He missed it the same exact way at the end of the game that he was missing in warm-ups. Why did it right? He was pushing the ball to the right.
Who knows?
It's just baffling. I wish I could be more comfortable right now sitting in 5-0, knowing we dominated a team like you guys dominated the LA Rams today.
Now, my question to you is, does the way that Dallas has been playing with a backup QB, and we have dominated every game, pretty much. Not every game, but I mean, Cooper Rush is now 4-0.
Yeah.
With Cooper Rush, a backup quarterback, we just put a hurting on the reigning Super Bowl champs. Does that concern you going into next?
Absolutely. I'm concerned about the whole division because not only are we 5-0, you're 4-1, and the Giants are 4-1. Who would have thought the New York Giants would have been 4-1 at this point? Not me.
I mean, after week 1, when they said Dak Prescott's out, whoever thought Dallas was going to be 4-1? But yet here we're sitting.
But
now the question for go for it.
No, go ahead.
Now the question for Dallas is: do you go in next week going up against the only remaining undefeated team who has a good defense, a strong offense, though they may not have shown it today? Do you go into next week with this huge rivalry on the line for the division? And do you go in with Cooper Rush, who's now 4-0? He's led you past New York. He's led you past Washington. Now he's led you past the Rams, and that's just the last 3 weeks.
As a football fan, I really shouldn't be saying this, but the Cowboys need to stick with the hot hand.
Yeah,
and right now, the hot hand is Cooper Rush.
Yeah, and that's the scary part, because here's what I know. I know Jerry Jones, and there's no way that if Dak Prescott can play next week, that he's not playing Dak Prescott.
I don't know. I'd see you got your Jerry Jones, Mike McCarthy. You got to see how practice goes. If Dak is not 100%, no, I do not throw him out there.
Oh yeah, especially not after today's game. Not after today's game, where he went pulling up the stats. 10 for 16 for 102 yards. He didn't have to pass the ball today, because you had Pollard, who had 8 carries for 86 yards and 1 touchdown. You had, let's see, box scores. Let's see, rushing yards. Pollard had 8 carries for 86 yards. Elliott had 22 carries for 78 yards.
Yeah, so your team was almost exploited
it was a run game.
Yeah, you had the ground attack going. I mean, Mikey's right. Evening, Joe. Sorry about the impromptu live. I just decided I needed to talk some football for a couple minutes. And who better than talk to a Cowboys fan who knows the game as well as I do? But like we started the game off hot on the passing game, but then true Philly fashion, they get ahead in the game and they just go completely in the conservative mode. Like that's what's pissing me off about this team.
Yeah.
Dude, the element helped the Eagles hurt the Eagles. We don't know, but one thing's for sure: rain, sleet, snow, go Eagles, go. There you go. I've spoken from a true Eagles fan like Joe Markey, so but I'm just baffled and beside myself that game was as close as it was. Don't get me wrong, Kyler Murray has potential to be that quarterback, but
what's up, Andy? And Jalen Hurts, he did good. I mean, 2 rushing touchdowns.
Both QB sneaks, but yeah.
2 rushing touchdowns, and he passed for 239 yards.
Yeah, and he had, I think, 3 receivers with at least 6 receptions.
Yeah, A.J. Brown wasn't one of them, though.
A.J. Brown started the game hot, but then it went all to Goddard had a huge game. Devontae Smith had another big game. But, like, I just aggravated that we let Arizona stick in that game as much as we did.
Yeah.
I'm not lying. I almost had a heart attack in my living room for it. So
I was the opposite. I was jumping up and down, and I mean Micah Parsons. Now the one thing I'm worried about going into Philly is Micah Parsons playing today. I mean, it helped us get the win for sure. He had 2-3 sacks, one forced fumble at the end of the game that we recovered. And so, but he's playing on an injured groin, and you could see it, especially towards the end of the game. He was sort of grabbing that groin area, and you could see him wincing in pain.
Yeah,
he was in pain, but even though you could tell he was in pain, he was still giving it 110%. He was still one of the best defensive players out there.
And 50% healthy Michael Parsons still scares the hell out of me.
Oh yeah,
Michael Parsons is a freak of nature, and I'm lucky enough to see him as many games as I did at Penn State. Like, if there was one team I didn't want to see Michael Parsons go to, it was you guys, because you guys know how to develop your linebackers. Because you had another former Penn State linebacker for many, many years. It sucks that the career got run short because of concussions, but Sean Lee was a hell of a linebacker. And he's another Penn State product.
Oh yeah, and so between Micah Parsons and Van Der Esch, DeMarcus Lawrence, I mean, you have one of the best pass rushing units in the league, and they've proven it week in and week out. And what's so great about this defense right now is they're not getting penalized. They're their penalties in pass interference and encroachment, neutral zones infractions, holdings are very limited.
Well, like Joe saying, like Kelsey was not that for a couple of ways. Landon Dickerson got hurt. Was still without Jordan Mailata. Like, our left side of the offensive line today at one point was second string. Because Cam Jurgens took some snaps, and we had Stuart Pettit and Jack Driscoll started for Jordan Mailata today. So that's your whole second team on your left side of your line.
Yeah, and that makes a difference.
It showed. It absolutely showed who the starters were and who's the second tier guys were. Don't get me wrong. Cam Jurgens is going to be a beast as a center in the next couple of years because he has a hell of a mentor in Jason Kelsey. Jason Kelsey has worked with this kid. He's coached for this kid to be drafted out of Nebraska. I see the ceiling is the limit for Cam Jurgensen, but our left tackle and left guard Dickerson, he's great when he's in there. A little banged up from time to time, and then you don't know about Jordan Mailata. He's coming off a shoulder injury. Like, is he back for the Dallas game or what? Driscoll did good stepping in for him, but Dallas defensive line is a whole different animal compared to some of these teams.
And we saw that again. We saw that today against the Rams. The Rams got banged up a little bit, and they were already banged up. And the Dallas defense
exploited
it big time.
Yeah, now you do that same thing in Philly next week. You come in and kick our ass. I'm going to be really mad at you, but it's part of the game.
It's in Philly, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in Philly next Sunday night.
Okay.
Under the light, my ad.
What?
It's a Sunday night game on NBC.
Okay.
So, if I know my Philly fans as well as I do, they'll be in the Wells Fargo parking lot at 6 o'clock in the morning tailgating, getting drunk.
It's on. Wait, that's the Christmas Day one. Hold on.
Yeah, Christmas Eve in you guys' stadium.
Yeah. 7:20.
Which I'm not too happy about because I'll probably miss half that game. Church calls.
Oh, I won't get that. The sad thing is, I won't be able to watch it at all.
Yeah.
That's Christmas Eve, and I'll be in New York with my girlfriend. So she would kill me if I was watching the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, but you give me crap for not wanting to talk to you during the Eagles Cowboys. That's how it is. This is a double-edged sword. No, I'm not reading the comments really. Like, yes, we got the win. It's 5-0, but Eagles really well could be a 2-3 team right now.
I don't know, Lou. If we're playing this well with a freaking backup quarterback, this man's not going to be a backup quarterback for long because he's proven that he knows what he can play in this league.
Yeah, you might end up having the most expensive backup in the league times 10.
No, because that's the thing. with in all honesty, I think Dak's time, at least in Dallas, needs to come to an end. If you were to trade him somewhere, you could get a decent backup and fill out that offensive line a little more. Put Cooper Rush in there.
I can see it, but don't get me but you also got to think here's the business aspect of it, though. You got to go in, there's a website called spottrack.com. It breaks down all the salary cap numbers and everything for every player. You got to look at what you would take cap hit wise if you were to release or trade Dak Prescott. And if I'm not mistaken, the last time I saw it was over $75 million in dead money. That's a hefty price tag just to say, okay, you know what? We don't want you. Like when we traded Carson Wentz to Indianapolis, we took a $38.9 million hit.
Yeah.
So you also got to look at the business aspect of it. I know what you're saying. Sure, if Dak has no more guaranteed money left on that contract, hey, he's free game. You want to move on? Be my guest. But right now, Jerry Jones is tied down financially to Dak Prescott.
Yeah. Well, both him and Zeke, unfortunately. Although I think Zeke's coming up to the end of his contract.
Yeah. But like I said, if you go on that website, you can see what's left on the guaranteed money aspect. Because you have the trade deadline in a couple of weeks. There's some teams that I think are going to make a bold move and try to improve their roster.
Oh, I'm not saying trade him this week. I'm not saying trade him this season. Hold on to him this season. Play out the season.
Yeah.
I mean, because what I see here is because there's another end of this. Dak Prescott right now is sitting on the sideline watching Cooper Rush pick these teams apart.
Yeah.
Almost. He knows that at this point, he can't afford to mess up. If he wants to keep his starting position, now that Cooper Rush is out there showing what he can do, I'm just saying. So we may see Dak Prescott come out and just absolutely dominate, going, I'm not going to lose my starting position. But what I've also seen is, and my one of my teacher buddies, who's one of the football coaches, really knowledgeable in football. He said one thing that he noticed is with the offensive line and the way that they protect Cooper Rush compared to the way that they compared to the way that they protect Dak Prescott. And he said what he's seen is that they do a better job protecting Cooper Rush than they do Dak Prescott.
Okay, well, I can adjust to you why they do that. If you let me have my opinion.
Go for it.
Cooper Rush is your pure pocket quarterback. He can step up in the pocket if he needs to. Dak Prescott, when he gets rattled, he tries to swing outside and stuff like that. He's a mobile quarterback. That's the difference between the two of them. Cooper Rush is your pure pocket quarterback. He's back doing his progression. He feels that pressure. He knows to step up. So your offensive line still has that U around him. Where someone like Dak Prescott, he gets rattled. He's either rolling left or rolling left.
Yeah.
And the pocket's breaking down on him. Am I wrong?
No.
I don't know. You guys played the Rams this week. Who did you play last week?
Last week?
Yeah.
Washington.
Okay. I think it was last week or the week before. The touchdown pass to CeeDee Lamb between two defenders right in the CeeDee Lamb's chest.
Mm-hmm.
It's how you want to throw the ball. That pass was beautiful. Dak, he doesn't. There's a difference when you're a pocket quarterback and you're one of those mobile quarterbacks. You read progressions a lot differently. And right now, Cooper Rush is seeing the whole field with someone like Dak Prescott and he sees it halfway.
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, I think that might make the difference. And right now, as a Cowboy fan, I'm sitting here going into Philly, start Cooper Rush. Even if Dak is ready, start Cooper Rush. He has the hot hands right now.
Yeah, and I said that when we
And so
like
no, I know, but have Dak Prescott ready.
who knows? You might actually see him when you go to the game versus Detroit in 2 weeks.
Oh, I wouldn't mind seeing it at this point. I don't care who starts.
But
but I think the NFC East is going to be very interesting. I think it's definitely going to come down between Dallas and Philly to win this division. I do not think that New York is going to win this division.
I don't think neither, but I'm not writing them off yet. It depends on the severity of Saquon's injury that he got today over in London. The thing with the Giants, they were down 17-3 to the Packers at halftime and came back and won that game.
Impressive.
Like, I don't know if that is the Matt LaFleur not trusting Aaron Rodgers or Aaron Rodgers not trusting his weapons. There's one game changer that might save the Packers season. And that is if they go out and sign OBJ, who is supposedly working his way back from the ACL injury, and Green Bay is near the top of his list of places to go. If Rodgers can get a weapon like OBJ, even at 85%, that's a hell of a lot better than what he has right now.
Where else was it? I know I read an article about him somewhere, also looking at
Baltimore, Kansas City, Buffalo, Green Bay, and there's one other team.
I thought it was the Rams.
It might have been the Rams.
I don't know.
But like I said, I'm not going to stay on here long. I just needed to talk the two games real quick because they were two different games. You guys gave the old style Texas ass whooping. And in true Philly fashion, we had cardiac kids, I call them. And
well, Washington, I feel, is already out of this.
They needed a quarterback change bad. Wentz gave that game away today
already. Yeah, so I'm looking at the rest of the NFL right now. You have the NFC West 3-2, 2-3, 2-3, 2-3. You have the NFC South 3-2, 2-3, 2-3, 1-4. You have the NFC North, who's at 4-1, 3-2, 2-3, 1-4. You have the AFC West, who's at 3-1, 3-2, 2-3, and 1-3. The AFC South, who's at 3-2, 2-2, 2-3, 1-3. The AFC North, 2-2, 2-2, 2-3, 1-4. And AFC East, who's 4-1, 3-2, 3-2, 2-3. The NFC West, or the NFC East, 5-0, 4-1, 4-1, 1-4.
Yeah.
So between our four teams, we have 14 wins. We have more wins than any other division in the league.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
Now,
how hyped up they built the AFC West for, and the AFC West right now is trash, besides for Kansas City.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't so much. The hype was not so much the teams. It was how these teams, with all the changes that they made, because that was the most changed division.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just got crazy.
Yeah.
It just got crazy. So
I apologize, Curtis, if you're still watching this, but I gotta give one special shout out. How about the New York Jets 3-2?
Well, with the
Miami's in
disarray. It was a good game.
No, it was a great game, but like I feel bad for Curtis and his Dolphins. You're now on your third string quarterback because now Teddy Bridgewater's in the concussion protocol. So you had to basically throw in someone who probably didn't get that much work this week because Teddy Bridgewater was knocked out after the first play of the game. He took one snap and got knocked out. So that's a lot of pressure on a kid named Skylar Thompson. I still think they can win a couple more games. They have a very good offense and their defense is good. But they need, if it comes down to it, they're going to have to go out quarterback shopping really bad. Like Andy Dalton for the win. That's like the Saints. They're under a backup quarterback, but he's a proven veteran quarterback.
Yeah.
That's what kept the Jets afloat when Zach Wilson was out. You have a veteran quarterback in Joe Flacco.
Yeah, and he was able to keep their heads above water. And for Miami, it's just they need to start. They need to start relying on their run game a little more. I mean, Mostert's a good running back.
They got Mostert, and they also brought in Chase Edmonds, who is another good north-south runner.
Yeah, and so give them the ball, rely on that run game. But the problem is, teams are going to know you're relying on that run game, and it's going to be just devastating. But it was a good game up until the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the end of the third quarter. It was 17-19.
Yeah, and they had two. The thing I was listening on the radio coming home, they had 2 touchdowns in a span of 14 seconds. The Jets did. So, but right there, that's a killer.
It was Michael Carter had a 1-yard run, and then at 9:22, and then at 9:08, Breece Hall had a 5-yard run.
Yeah, they had a fumble on the assumed kickoff, I think I heard.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say one more thing before we leave. There will be no winless teams in the NFL this year. The Houston Texans got their first win today by a score of 13-6 over the Jaguars, who I'm not hitting the panic button just yet, but they're starting to fall back in the old ways.
What happened? They started out 2-0. They started out great.
That's what I mean. Their offense is now scaling back, so you don't know if it's Trevor not reading defenses correctly, if the game plan's not there. But I hope they
obviously.
I'm a big Doug Peterson fan, and I think Trevor Lawrence has what it takes to be an all-pro quarterback in this league.
Oh, I think he does. He just needs better weapons alongside him on the defensive side.
Boy, that's the thing, though. Like, their defense is what's supposed to be their strength.
Yeah, well, obviously it's not.
Trayvon Walker, the first overall picks, having a decent season. They still got, I think they still got Miles Jack, who had like 180-something tackles last year. Like, they got skill. It's just, it started hot, now taking a step back. I don't know. That's why it's so unpredictable.
Well, you have individual skill. Individual skill does not correlate with team skill.
Yeah, good.
I'd rather have 10 good team players on my team than one good skilled player.
Yeah.
Because it's the team that's going to win.
And that's something that Philly shows week after week. Like, it's not just one player. It's been a couple players stepping up. Hassan Reddick had another sack today. James Bradbury had a couple nice pass defenses. CJ Gardner had a nice interception in the first quarter. And you can see the improvements that the Eagles put spending-wise on that defensive side of the ball. Now, what we need is a full 60-minute game. And I hope we have one against the Cowboys. If not, the Cowboys will come into Philly and beat Philly. Because time after time after time, the Eagles get ahead, but then they're taking 2 steps back. Like, they're not losing the game, but they're getting too conservatively. You need that full 60-minute, balls to the wall, hard-fought win for me to be satisfied. And now, I'm not seeing that.
Right now, I think it's going to be important for the Eagles. They allowed 2 sacks today, which isn't bad. They allowed 6 QB hits. This is against the Cardinals, whose defense isn't top notch. I mean, you have some good. You have J.J. Watt on there. A past his prime J.J. Watt. I will say that J.J. Watt's still great. He still scares me going against him, but it's still J.J. Watt, and he's still at the end of his career.
But he's been mentoring a kid that had a really good game, and if people watch the game, you're gonna start hearing his name a lot more. Zach Allen.
Yep. He had 8 total tackles, 5 solo tackles, a sack, and 2 tackles for loss.
Yeah,
I mean, those are some good numbers.
Watt's taking the mentoring them, and it shows.
Yeah. But let's see. Simmons had 13 total tackles, 8 solo. Then you look at the Philly side of it, 1 sack, 8 tackles for loss, 2 QB hits. Like, I'm going to tell you now, if Philly can't find a way to get to the quarterback next week, that's going to be a hard one for them to deal with.
Yeah, because you guys,
if you give Cooper Rush the time, he has some talented wide receivers. Gallup,
one of which I really like.
Lamb or Gallup?
Nope, I love Gallup.
Gallup's good.
I was telling Mike the other night on his Roosters recap, which will be tomorrow night. We will talk more games than just the Dallas and the Eagles game. But I was telling Mike, in 2 years at Colorado State, Michael Gallup had over 120 receptions. No, from a JUCO college. I think his senior year he had like 120 by himself, 120 alone. The kid has hands, and he's coming back from an ACL injury, but he's damn near 100%. And when he's healthy, he is scary.
Oh yeah, but the thing is, on the other side, you also have CeeDee Lamb, who has proven he has speed, he has route running ability, he has hands. He's just as scary as Gallup. Yeah. And so if you give Cooper Rush the time and you give guys like Michael Gallup and CeeDee Lamb the time to get open, I think that pressure on the quarterback is going to be a big deal come next week's game against Philly.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing. I shouldn't say that. I agree with you.
I think it's going to be interesting to see how Dallas personally handles Jalen Hurts. He's definitely more of the mobile quarterback than what they've played against thus far. And so it's going to be interesting to see how they handle Jalen Hurts and his ability to be mobile.
Yeah.
Now, you have guys like Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence who have the ability to chase him down. And you have guys like Diggs in the backfield who can chase him down if he gets that far. But, how are they going to deal with a more mobile quarterback?
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
That was an interesting thing this week. They had CJ Gardner running around like Kyle Murray as a scout team. Yeah, Murray broke a couple runs and all, but I think they did a fairly good job not letting him break his runs.
Yeah.
Now, I'm Dallas. I'm watching that tape and see if you have to develop some type of spy. Like if you use Randall Ash as a spy or something like that. Because Hurts can hurt you in multiple ways.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's an accurate quarterback. He's mobile. He's accurate while he's mobile.
Oh, like you didn't see it one pass. Yeah, the Devontae Smith there is a thing of beauty. Rolling to his right, threw across his body, right in the chest of Smith as he's sliding on your end.
And that's what I mean. Like, he's a very talented mobile quarterback. So it's going to be a really interesting game. And I think, if Dak Prescott comes back, which if it were me personally, if I'm Jerry Jones, I leave Cooper Rush in there. He has the hot hands. I wait until the game against Detroit to bring back Prescott. Don't put him back in to where he's fresh off the injury list in a game like Philly.
In Philly, no less.
Yeah.
If it was in Dallas, it'd be a different story.
I think so.
You might consider it if it was in your home stadium. But on the road, Sunday night, different story.
But we'll see. We probably won't get that announcement until Thursday, Friday. And heck, it may be a game time decision.
Yeah, I mean, I'd still have him travel with the team if he doesn't play.
Oh,
but
100%. I mean, he's been traveling he's been traveling with the team anyway.
Yeah.
He's been on the sideline with the headset.
Mm-hmm.
So
night's going good, Matt. We're just doing the impromptu live. I'm just going to wrap this up. So I'm going to go watch the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. I think that's going to be a really, really good game.
Oh yeah,
and both teams need to win bad,
especially fantasy wise. I'm short. Let's see, 1.65 points. To TJ, he has.
Yeah, you're a benefit.
He has one to play.
No, he has two. He has Jamar Chase.
Oh, he has his defense to play too.
No,
he has his kicker. Sorry, kicker.
Kicker and Jamar Chase.
Both of them playing tonight. So this one's gonna come down to what does Jacobs do tonight or tomorrow.
I mean,
and I was this close, and I actually made the change, but forgot to save it, so it didn't go through. But I was gonna put Kamara in for Jacobs.
Wait.
And I should have. If I had only hit, because Kamara went off today. Kamara had 103 yards. He put up 23.4 points.
Wow. I feel sorry for my friend Vinny. He's playing Tyler this week. If you want to talk fantasy real quick. Tyler only with 4 players so far has 103.5 points.
Wait, what?
Tyler has only had 4 players playing. He has 103.5. He has 35.9 from Eckler, 35.9 from Fournette, 25.9 from Cooper Kupp, and Amon St. Brown gave him 5.8. So he only had 4 players playing so far, and he's beating Vinny by over 41 points. So, Tyler, if you're watching this, I don't know if you are. If you pass 200 points this week, bravo. That's scary to think that you only have 4 players playing. You're already over 100 points.
And what's funny is he still has 5 players left.
Yep, that's what I mean. So if he passes,
4 out of those 5 play tonight in that Cincy Baltimore matchup.
Yep.
Because he has McPherson for Cincinnati. He has the Baltimore defense. He has Baltimore's. He has Andrews.
Yep, tight end.
The running back.
No, tight end.
Tight end, and then he has Lamar.
Yeah, and he still has Kelsey Lamar who's going to give him points.
So.
But then on my side of it, I'm out on Curtis 134.8 to 87.4. Sorry, Curtis. But he still has Patrick Mahomes and T. Higgins tonight. But I have Clyde Edwards-Helaire tomorrow night. So that one might get a little close.
But that's going to be interesting. See how Higgins does tonight. And then tomorrow night, if Mahomes goes off, you might be in trouble, John.
I have Edwards-Helaire, though. I did show Edwards-Helaire this week.
Yeah,
but
we'll see. But we'll see. We'll see how he does.
Yeah.
You might have been better off starting Smith.
I mean, 18.7 points on my bench, so we'll see. But
yeah, I left a few points on my bench. Williams. I should have traded out CeeDee Lamb for Williams. Kamara should have traded him out for. I'm beating myself up over not hitting the save button for the Kamara switch right now, and if that's what causes me to lose, I'm gonna be very frustrated.
And then in my important league, I'm trailing my mom 88.58 to 87.4. But I have Travis Kelce and Evan McPherson left, and all she has is Devontae Adams. So again, close matchup, going to come down to the wire in that one. I'm 3-1 in that.
Be a good one.
So, but Sam, thank you for hopping on. This is, like I said, just a crazy impromptu live. I wanted to rant a little bit and get people excited for next Sunday. I mean, we're going to still have no more shows this week. We have Russo's recap tomorrow night with Mike. Mike and myself will be talking more than just these 2 games. Tuesday night, I don't know if Sam, you're going to be around Tuesday night?
Possibly.
Okay,
No
well,
guarantee.
Tuesdays are Trip Tues. And then Friday night is our Friday night movie night. And this week we're diving into the Matrix trilogy. Mike and Andrew will be back again for that one. They did an awesome job this past Friday night with the Star Wars, first of many shows they have planned for that. I think they're going to do one show a month for the next 6 months, if I'm not mistaken.
What are we doing this week?
Oh no, Matrix, the first 3 Matrix movies.
You have to go watch 3 movies this week? You're kidding me.
Oh, and then then you're really going to hate the next 2 weeks after that, because then we got back-to-back Disney weeks. So you better start watching your Disney movies too.
Well, see, I know my Disney movies.
So I might actually have Morgan see if she wants to pop in. He'll be a guest host because she's a Disney lover herself. So,
well, that game should be starting here any minute if it hasn't already.
Probably just about, but again.
Yep. So.
Thanks for popping in, Sam. I appreciate it. Everyone for liking the stream, popping in, saying hello. Sorry, we all the comments. We were just going back and forth about our 2 teams because after tomorrow night, I won't say tonight, but after tomorrow night, it is officially Philly Dallas week.
It is true.
So we will see how that plays out. I guess I got to talk to Sam later in the week, but we'll see if I go up to it. If not, I know how to turn my phone off, Sam. So
you also know that I will be respectful and I will not trash talk you until game day.
Oh, I was trying. He doesn't want it. I was trash talking the Cardinals fan all day at work day. He wore his old Carson Palmer jersey. I shook his hand as we were leaving. I was like, "Good luck today." I tried to kick him in the nuts, but it didn't work. So I'll see him later in the week, and I know he'll be upset because Matt Amador basically lost that game for him.
Yeah. So. But everybody, have a good night. Go enjoy some more football.
Later.